Welcome back. It's the BetterHalf show, and we've been discussing criticism and fault finding. Earlier on the show, I had some young couples join us on the discussion, and it was very interesting and eye-opening. But right now, I have these married veterans join me on the show to discuss the same topic, criticism and fault finding. I have with me Mr. and Mrs. Olumide Omoloju. Welcome on the show.
Thank you.
Thank you, PG.
By the way, Olumide is an engineer and Han is a lawyer. So I expect that Han will, really bring up a case, here on the show today. How long have you been married?
14.
14 years. Yes. Okay. And how have you been able to manage criticism in your marriage the past 14 years? Yeah. From the bad days to the good days, from the teaching, years of the first 5 years to now over 10 years. Yeah?
Well, you want to go?
You can go.
Okay. Well, we've gone through phases. Yes, at the beginning it was harsh, direct, and tough. And of course, was I getting the results? Maybe no. I was not. Now it's more of a suggestion and softer, and the results are
coming. Can you give us one practical example of an area where you think you're getting some result?
Okay. My wife and I, we had, I don't know, a relatively long courtship. We've been friends I've known her pretty well enough with all the so-called flaws. But
like how many years of courtship?
And 5.
We had 6 years of courtship.
6 years of courtship. So you've been together for about 20 years now.
Yes, 20 years now. Yeah. And one of the things that always been there is that in any situation she must speak. She will speak her mind. She's not a person you will say.
She's vocal.
Yes, she's not a person you will say keep quiet. No. I, on the other hand, I probably won't even talk to you in the first place. So the issue of keep quiet won't even arise. I won't talk to you in the first place. So, and it used to be something that, I consider a strength until when you get married and she begins to use that thing against you.
Yeah.
And then you want something and she says no. And you want this, no. And one of the big situations was that I would say we have deep arguments. I would say, look, my house is not a law court. And because she gets into that combative, argumentative mood, and she's, and I keep saying,
really, Pastor, I don't think I'm like that.
But now, yes.
All right. So how have you been able to manage criticism in your marriage from the darker days to, the better days, the days of, earlier on in marriage, teaching period, and now? How have you been able to manage, handling criticism?
Well, okay. We had a courtship of close to 6 years. We've been friends before we got married.
Okay.
And so
you've been together for like 20 years?
20 years. Okay. And so we've known each other quite a lot. So getting married, there wasn't something widely strange that I haven't seen. But experiencing it on a close quarters now, daily, that became a very strong issue. And one of the things we say, but you knew me, I was like this before you married me. And I was saying, yes, you are not married now. You are Mrs. Me, my name. So, sorry, those rules cannot apply. Yeah. Those rules cannot hold anymore. And then we go back and forth, and results were not. We're not getting any better for it at all.
Okay. So, what was it like for you? Have you been able to, navigate this criticism?
Well, just like you said, I was over-pampered during the days of courtship.
Okay.
So it was a bit difficult for me transiting from that to real submission. Let me just put it that way, initially. And I remember one of the things that I didn't really go well with me was going out. Going for events together. I found out that he was more of a person, a casual person in nature. Meanwhile, I want somebody that can actually compliment me, dress well. He's always in his sandals. As you can see, he's well prepared for this occasion. So he dresses, in one funny way, and I want people to see me with a correct, sharp guy, so to say. But most of the time, he's very casual and well, I criticize him a lot.
He's a very simple,
easygoing person.
No too cocking up,
No, not at all. But now I've come to realize and to really accept him the way he is, and we're having a good time.
His reaction those days, how was it? Did he take it well, or?
Very bitter. You'll be surprised. Very bitter. It takes it as if I'm bringing him down. As if it doesn't measure up to.
Yeah, because
that wasn't really it.
The issue you're talking about is about image.
Image, yes.
So there's a way you can say it that makes somebody feels like, oh, it's not just the dressing.
It's me.
I think there was one incident then. We were in Port Harcourt then, and it was a gathering of lawyers, and it was at Presidential Hotel. And she said, "Oh yeah, come from work, come and join us." And I had maybe a polo
t-shirt,
and maybe some one boots, one worn-out boots. For me, it was nonsense. I just drove there. She was like, "How can you come to this place like this? Look at all the people. This one, and I felt bad. I felt bad because I felt because it was suits. I don't wear suits. So what does that mean?" I didn't know I was embarrassing her. She was saying, "Come here, dressed like a mechanic. You see all my..." And they were big lawyers, SANS, attorney generals, all of them. Wow. But for me, it didn't make a difference.
So how have we moved on from there? How are you managing the dressing issue, for instance, today?
Well, I think Olu can say it better now. I try to choose for him.
Okay.
I pick his clothes for him whenever he's going on outings like that with me.
And he's receptive?
And he's very receptive now.
Good.
And of course, I've accepted him the way he is.
Good.
If he likes, let him wear.
So you see how it works. Over time, it looks like you have gotten to accept that, okay, maybe I should do this dressing thing better, at least to satisfy my wife. And then, on the other hand, she too is like, my husband is my husband, and I know,
my husband is my husband.
Notwithstanding how he looks, he's still my husband, and I love him the way he is. Yeah, that's good. So, but if there's one really big thing that you could have done differently, that you would do differently now about criticism, what will it be?
Well, for me, I would say you probably won't get much results criticizing. Right now, I do more of suggesting. What if can we check this way, and maybe she accepts it or not. I accept her decision, respect her decision. So I've gone from trying to change to accepting and enjoying what I have the way it is.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, for me, I've learned something. I make sure that I get him at the right mood. I don't talk with any eye tone whenever I want to correct him or maybe pass any criticism. I normally look for the best mood to talk to him. And now it's better for both of us. The home is well settled.
That's good. Very interesting. So it's been progression, and it's been good, and we're
we are learning.
Good. We're going to go on a break right now, and when we come back, we're going to take a question from some of our friends on social media. Don't go away. Please stay with me. We'll be right back. Thanks for staying with us. On the BetterHalf show today, we've been discussing criticism and fault finding, and it's been very interesting on the show. We're going to take a question right now from social media, and it goes like this. My wife is very sensitive about her cooking, and unfortunately, she doesn't cook well. If I complain, it's a problem. If I'm silent, it's still a problem. If I eat out, it's the biggest insult of all. what do I do when she's not responsive to feedback, and this directly affects my well-being? So this is a guy that's saying, look, my wife doesn't cook well, and I can't talk about it, and I can't eat outside, and I have to eat it, and it's killing me. Yeah. So maybe we should take a lady's perspective to it first.
Wow, that's a tough one. Okay, maybe I will suggest he gets a cook.
He gets a cook.
Or I would suggest that since he loves me, he should manage what I have to give him. He
So
should manage what
you're saying,
I will improve myself. I will try all my best. Or maybe send me to
culinary school or
culinary school or something.
Yeah. Okay. So, but she's already sensitive about this thing. So this guy doesn't even know how to broach the topic, how to even start this conversation. So, because if he starts the conversation,
all right,
she will blow up. She becomes very sensitive. I think beyond food, which is the main issue here, how do you really handle an issue that you're supposed to talk about, criticize, and somebody can, your partner can be really emotional about it and very sensitive?
Well, I would say patience first.
Okay.
She's probably on edge because she can pick that you are also not pleased. So if you can create a relaxing mood, and practically speaking, you can't complain, you can't eat outside, your options are limited. Sit down and enjoy it. It's practically speaking.
So learn how to enjoy it. And
no matter how bad it is, enjoy it. Then from there, you would find a way of gradually. It has to be a very slow process, but patience is not something you can force.
Yeah.
You
so
really
a lot of patience, if not frustration will set in.
Yes, a lot of patience.
So what you're saying is that stop criticizing.
Stop. Forget it.
It's not working.
You probably know she can't cook before you married her. Anyway, you thought it was going to be better. But look, okay, it's not there yet, but eventually it might get there. Even if it doesn't get there, look, enjoy what you can enjoy and pack it in.
Yeah, so we're saying there's some things in marriage that you just have to, take it like that, bear it,
there is
and just grow up.
Look, there is no perfection. Perfection is elusive, especially in a human. You won't get it. So don't chase it. This she has, this she doesn't have. Okay, we'll live with it.
Okay, thank you. So what's your final advice to young couples on how they should weather the storm when it comes to criticism, especially as it starts to show up in the early days of their marriage?
I think
well, I can come in there.
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't say criticism is all bad in its entirety. You pick one or two things. Because in growing up, you get to know the likes and dislikes of your partner. So in its entirety, I wouldn't say it is totally bad. But of course, learn to adjust to one another. And like I would say, the stage we are is the stage of tolerance. Learn to tolerate each other. Okay. No matter how bad it is, it will just keep improving.
Okay, good. Let's wrap it all up this way. There's constructive criticism and destructive criticism. Can you remember examples from your own experience of a way to be constructive with criticism and criticism that can be destructive?
Okay, I think a good one would be with our domestic staff.
Okay.
Sometimes I'll get a call in my office. My wife, she's screaming on the phone, even reporting, and so I can imagine what has happened at home. So in our earlier days, younger days, I would say probably feel, look, you're overreacting, and attack her openly. And because that brings even much, becomes more defensive as she wants to prove a point.
So that's like a destructive.
That's destructive, totally. So when I realized that, even if she's wrong, I will let her have her way at that point.
At that moment.
Then later, when she's calm, and say, yeah, you didn't need to shout. You could have just said this, that, and I find next time it doesn't happen. She's gone past that stage.
Yeah. So I know, does that work for you?
Yes, really
Okay.
worked for me.
Okay.
It has really worked for me.
Okay.
And has really helped me, to grow in relationship, with my staff.
Okay. That's good. So definitely that destructive and constructive criticism. Criticism is good, but we should lean more towards the constructive criticism. And so on this note, I would love to really say a big thank you to you for coming on the show today. It's been interesting discussing with you, and I'm sure that viewers have really gained one or two things from your wealth of experience in marriage. I also want to say a big thank you to Bawale, who was on the show earlier, Nora, Wemimo, and Sukomi. Thank you for joining us on the show today, and thank you for your insightful contributions. And as I wrap up today, I'd love for you to understand that it's a consensus on the show today that destructive criticism will not move your marriage anywhere. You will not make any serious progress if all you do is just to criticize without thinking about how to do it in a constructive manner. My advice for you is that you should keep reminding yourself that you should be your spouse's cheerleader. Look for something good in your spouse, something they do well. Talk about it more than you talk about the things they don't do well. Tell yourself sometimes, I need to have a criticism-free day. Sometimes a criticism-free week. A whole week where I will not criticize anything. Start with a day. Let a day pass without any criticism at all. Then you start to get used to it. And then make up your mind also to look out for something good in your spouse that you can always bring up. When you praise them a lot, you're going to have a deposit, an emotional deposit, so that when you make any withdrawal, which is a little criticism, they can have the emotional fortitude to take it well. And if you do this more in your marriage, I'm definitely sure that you have a good story to tell. Thank you for staying with me on the show today. And until another time where I'll come your way on this show, on this same station, may your marriage and relationships be sweet.